Hello Reddit, this is Lando Calrissian, and I wanted to give you a quick little tour of my minecart system here. Um, some quick answers to questions that people might have really quick. This skin pack I'm using is the Painterly pack. I'm also using the Better Grass mod, which gives us that nice lush grass that we all crave. That's the tunnel where we're going to be going, and that is a big tree. Basically, to give you a little bit of backstory before I start this, I kind of went into this project with a few goals. And my main idea was to create a minecart system that could support multiple users, basically for the future when survival multiplayer is kind of working at 100%. I wanted to make it so you could always come into the system without a cart, and it didn't really matter. I wanted to make it really user-friendly, and I also wanted to make it so all the actions are kind of at the user's discretion. So everything that occurs in the system is at the user's leisure. The system doesn't perform tasks without the user performing an action. And that's just kind of prevents people having to jump out of carts or jump into carts when they're coming at you or leaving. Which I never really enjoyed. And if you are not familiar with a minecart system and you're just coming onto a server or something like that, that becomes very daunting very quickly. So I wanted to make a system that got rid of all those things and all those problems. This is my first rail station. This is 1 and 2 rail stations that are connected together. So there isn't a switching system yet. There will be in the future, but since there's only 2 stations, there's not really a whole lot to switch between. Space was kind of an issue here. I didn't know what I was doing, so everything became a little bit of a hassle, and there's a lot of stuff above me, and there's water really close by. So it was kind of a very time-consuming to begin with. The second station went up very quick, though, once I knew what I was doing. The only thing you need to do in the system is do exactly what the sign says, and that's stand here for a cart. And basically what that does is it sends a booster cart down. It grabs a cart from this hopper right here and serves up the cart right here. You can stand on this switch as long as you want. It will not keep shooting carts at you as long as you're standing on the switch. It accomplishes this. Excuse me. The system accomplishes this by sending a booster cart down, grabbing a cart from the hopper, and then when I'm standing on the switch, it sends that booster cart into an auxiliary booster until I get off the switch, and then it diverts it back into the main booster, which is somewhere down here. The system has a runaway cart system, so if for some reason I activate the booster cart and get off, it just shoots it right back into the system, and that just brings it back up and puts it right back at the top of the hopper. If I request another cart now, I can kind of give you a little bit of a tour here. Alright, this isn't activated until you sit in it, obviously, and then you're off. While we're going to the other station, I can kind of give you a little bit of insight into the 4 main components of the system. You have the simple runaway cart system. You have the booster which launches you out. You have the booster which gets rid of your cart when you return, and you have the hopper system. And combining all the components isn't super difficult. It's really just a space issue and making sure you have enough room for wiring and tracks. Because tracks and wiring, if you get them anywhere near each other, they really don't like it. When you arrive at a station, you can sit in your cart as long as you want until you get out. And when you get out, that's when it takes it away. What's cool about that is basically what's going on here is there's a stone switch and a wood switch. And if you have a booster that's fast enough, you end up right in the middle here. And you activate both switches at the same time. So when you get out, that's when it actually makes the call for the cart, and only then. So if both switches are off, nothing happens. If both switches are on, nothing happens. But if one switch is on and one switch, or excuse me, if one switch is off and one switch is on, then a cart is called. I thought that was a very clever solution, and I thank Reddit actually for giving that to me. Same system here though. Call a cart, stand here for a cart, grabs one from the hopper, sends it out, waits for you as long as you want, as long as you want to take. You can jump around, whatever. Get in the cart, booster system grabs you, sends you back. Yeah, so this is bi-directional, so users could be traveling at both directions at the same time. There's, I think, around 10 carts in each hopper. You could add more. I added a little bit of space in each hopper in case people just threw carts on the tracks for some reason. Really, the only thing that could break the system, I guess, would be if people started stealing carts. But you know, it's the internet; it's probably going to happen anyway. Uh, and Minecraft, like nothing's safe on Minecraft. Um, and then you return to the station, and that should be taken away. Yeah. So that's pretty much the system. It's pretty simple. But basically, what I'm going to do is I'm going to throw out my save file, so everyone can take a look at it. And the other thing I'm going to do is I'm going to take each one of these components, and I think I'm going to make a tutorial for the components separately, and then you can kind of get an idea how to put them all together. It's a little bit more difficult to kind of make a guide for everything, but by separating them, it should be pretty simple. And then with save file, you should have everything. I think that's about it. Thanks.